was the second overall pick back in 2015.
Watching that?
Not watching the game.
Are you not planning on watching Bronny James? Like,
oh yeah, Bronny's going for 40 tonight. Now, when Bronny does go for 40, we're gonna refer back to this.
probably. Hey guys, welcome to Japping with Tony. This is like episode 1 or whatever I want to label it. This is actually an experiment. I'm with my good friend Sean Davis. He is today my enemy, though we're friends, but he's my enemy, my counterpart. So what we're gonna discuss today, and just to put the whole premise here, we're gonna be yapping sides of one particular topic here, and the topic being D'Angelo Russell. And probably before or after this video, I have a little montage of D'Lo and what he does. Great, awesome, great player. The thing here, Sean Davis. Hi, Sean.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Well, Sean's gonna debate trading D'Lo. I am going to take the position of keeping D'Lo. So we're gonna both fight it out. See how long we can go, because honestly, this is a very hard topic, and this is the first time I'm doing this, but I wanted to have fun, so let's start with this. So I'm gonna start first, and just, and you can follow my lead. There's no real structure to this. It's just japping. But here's the thing. It's on the recording of this is October 18. D'Angelo Russell is still a Laker. He's been heavily involved in trade rumors. It's all designed by his contract. It's an $18 million contract, blah, 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 blah. He actually forked over and believed in the Los Angeles Lakers and said, hey, I can prove that I'm worth keeping. Like, he bet, like, that is a bet on himself. And last year, Lakers didn't trade him. This offseason, the Lakers didn't trade him either, even with the player option that he picked up. So right now, he is the third Laker, like the third highest paid Laker. And probably going to be involved in a whole bunch of trade rumors. So my point is, in the market, there is no other $18 million player that can provide the level of impact, be it through like just shooting the ball. Like, I'm just like the offensive side that he provides, the level of playmaking, the level of just, there is an impact that D'Lo does for this team. And also it's in the regular season, D'Lo does a lot of good for the Lakers. And I think only because of a couple of bad games, very bad games, he gets the bad shine. So what do you think, Sean? Am I wrong? Like, should we just keep D'Lo? There is no other bet. You cannot convince me that there is $18 million out there that's worth that's worth what D'Lo produces.
So I am like, I'm super locked in. I was a little tired, but I am locked in, full like real debate style here. I am dialed in. So Tony just said just now, for the fine ladies and gents watching this fine program, I'm stalling so I can pull up a stat here. And there's a couple of different points that I want to address here. Number one, Tony said, and I mean, I don't have to say I quote, but I quote, there's not a player out there that can partially replicate what D'Angelo Russell, not partially, that can replicate what D'Angelo Russell does at $18 million. That's what you said, Tony, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
that's available in the market.
That's available in the market.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So who?
There is a player that averaged, and let me double check. I want to pull up D'Lo's too, so I'm not missing anything here. Hold on, give me 1 sec. Yeah, where's the? Oh, okay. D'Lo last season By the way,
Yeah.
D'Lo, we can acknowledge that D'Lo is a really good floor raiser in the regular season. Really good regular season player for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Last season, D'Angelo Russell, per 75 stats, right? 19.4 points per 75, 59% true shooting, 6.9 assists per 75 possessions, 2.2 turnovers, shot 41.5% from 3 at 7.8 attempts. This and D'Angelo Russell last year, what's D'Angelo Russell's exact contract numbers again, if you don't mind me asking?
Around 17 million
Okay.
ish. Like, I mean, I'm rounding out, but that's around the ballpark. Yeah.
So there is a player that this upcoming season is going to be making $18.35 million. That last season, per 75, 25.1 points per 75 possessions, 61% true shooting, 6.6 assists per 75, 2.9 turnovers, while shooting 39.4% from 3 on 5.6 attempts. So, sure, lower 3-point volume, sure, gets to the rim more than D'Angelo Russell,
Get
and
to the rim.
gets to the free throw line more than D'Angelo Russell per 75. Per 75 possessions, D'Angelo Russell 2.6 free throw attempts per game. This other player, we're going to remain nameless for the time being, 6.3 free throw attempts per 75 possessions. Mr. Tony, you're on the stand right now. I have a question for you, Tony. Would you consider the Lakers a team that is trying to compete for a championship, regardless of what the fan base thinks? You say the Lakers try to compete for a title, right?
I mean, they're known for that, but they're operating like they've had a strong message this season about developing. They've been adamant. Like, if anything, they're all about director of development. They're all about like, hey, look at what we're gonna do. We're gonna gamify. So to a certain point, I don't know. And by the way, even LeBron James, the leader of like the squad, like you know, the actually the alpha of that squad, you know, the legend, he said, I want to enjoy this.
Well,
I want to embrace this. Or
well, we're not gonna throw LeBron's words.
I'm just saying the expectations.
He's happy for playing with his son.
The ratio.
He's going to enjoy that.
Yeah, but the ratio between championship and development is very tilted to development. So I'm just saying. So
that wasn't the point I was trying to get, but I'm going to use it against you here. Okay, so D'Angelo Russell, 28 years old. He'll be 29 in February. This player that, again, shall remain nameless, is 25 years old, who will turn 26 in January. So, Tony, what do you think? In my opinion, from when you talk about playoff basketball, right? Which the Lakers, at the very least, we can agree have playoff aspirations. We can agree with that, correct?
Yes, we can agree.
Okay.
With that. Yes.
In my opinion, from a player perspective, come playoff time, the number one goal as a player is to find the easiest way to score. It's easy. Like, how can I get the easiest shots possible for myself? From a coaching perspective, it's how many different ways can we find like a way to win, essentially, right? Would you agree with that, with those two statements?
Yes.
Okay.
I agree with that. Yes.
And that's why you see certain players have really, really bad performances. You had the Kevin Durant series against the Celtics a few years ago where he couldn't hit shit. Excuse my language. He had a awful playoff series, but it's because he couldn't create any easy shot for himself. Man, I really, really wonder where I've heard that story before. I wonder where I've heard the story of a ultra jump shooting reliant player that can't really separate or get to the rim enough, struggle in not one playoff series, but multiple playoff series. Not one playoff game, but multiple playoff games. But this is the Lakers team that we said has playoff, maybe even championship aspirations. So why not? And I'm not saying trade for this younger player who had great numbers last season. I'm not saying necessarily go after that player, but to say that there isn't a player at that price tag that can, he's the lesser playmaker. Yes. But scoring value, getting to the rim, which I think every Laker fan, when you look at the guard room, would say the guard room needs a guy that could get paint touches and a guy that's athletic.
Yeah, to complement with Austin Reeves and basically kind of balance out that backcourt. I get it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Again, Max Christie's right there. Just saying. So
Is
you don't need
Max
to-
Christie
you
a
don't need to
20?
invest.
Is Max Christie a 25 point per game scorer per 75 possessions out of nowhere?
Question: Is this magical player that you're pulling out of your ass? Oh, sorry. By the way. Is this player? Does he have playoff numbers that we can, pull? I'm curious.
No.
I don't know, man. Like you're telling me that I have two. So what's the value here? Am I mortgaging my future? The Lakers franchise?
You shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't for this player.
You shouldn't have to. Not too much at the very least. Maybe you have to. This is gonna give it away. Unprotect something, maybe, but
Maybe. I mean, I already knew who you were talking to. I
Yeah.
think so. And by the way, people, this is not staged. This is literally I called this guy and said, I got an idea. Here we go. But I'll say this. What's his playmaking? And you have the numbers in front of you. I have nothing in front of me. I just have unfortunately your face. But my question is, who's a better playmaker? That player or D'Lo?
D'Lo.
Mm.
D'Lo is at the very least a whole tier better than this other guy. Now, this other guy is coming off a career high in assists per 75 possessions, but D'Lo is still like at least a full tier better.
Any injury history that we have to know about?
Yeah. Pretty significant injury a few years ago.
Ooh. I am intrigued by this, but at the same time, like I already know what D'Lo is. He is also, by the way, just saying, Lakers franchise 3, whatever title that means. But he holds the record for the Lakers.
Bar was set real low. Not to discredit D'Lo.
I mean, it's low, but I don't understand Laker fans because Laker fans have been adamant, crying to the sky. We need 3-point shooting. We need 3-point shooting. We
have Don Connect. Don Connect's gonna break that record.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm rooting for Dalton.
There we go.
Don't bring our boy here. Come on, like this is
gonna hangle.
Yeah. Donkey Kong's gonna be around. I know. All right.
West side. What do you say? West Side Connect or something?
West Side. Oh.
Are going to be this season. Your Lakers.
You calling them by his wrong name. His new name is Westside.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't like
West Side
that.
Connect. I don't know.
That's not my business, but like anyway, please proceed.
Yeah. No. That's. And by the way, isn't he like?
Sorry, he was a Clipper fan, but what do I know?
I really, yeah. Well, anyway, but just saying, look at the volume. Look at our team. Who takes the most threes? Who hits the most threes? Who has gravity and who also can also play make? The thing about the Lakers that people don't realize is.
Can I stop you really quick?
Okay, go ahead.
How many of those things matter with D'Lo come playoff time? Or wait. Let me rephrase that question.
Wait.
How many of those things does D'Lo act on come playoff time?
Not a lot, but again, D'Lo's time as a Laker was all about Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham's philosophy and his and I'm just saying, Darvin Ham's philosophy, his play calling, which you have a lot of tweets out there, sir, of saying play calling is horrid. It's beneath the whole spectrum of a playoff team or championship aspiration team. Like, this team's not serious. I can probably pull that up, but I do believe JJ can unlock D'Lo.
Unlock him how?
Probably make it more off ball. Make it more off ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this 2 questions then. 1, unlock him how when his biggest weakness isn't skill related. His biggest weakness is athletic limitation. And then secondly, by using him more off ball, now you're taking away what his second most his second best trait is, like skill wise, and then ultra leaning into this thing that is super volatile, proven to be super volatile come playoff time anyway. So you're now really cashing in on, all right, cool. If D'Lo's hitting and we're making him this off ball guy, D'Lo's hitting, awesome. If he isn't hitting because we made him off ball, he really does jack shit for us.
I don't sort of disagree with that point. But at the same time, if you look at the Lakers and how they operate, it's Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And when playoff time rears its head, when the game slows down, it's all about a pick and roll. It's all about that unstoppable force that is LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And you need D'Angelo Russell to shoot. Wasn't that Memphis game about to slip through the Lakers' hands and then D'Lo shoots 2 threes?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't
Game 4.
Yeah, didn't D'Lo lock up
Game 4 Golden
you know-
State series too. No, game 4 it was him and Lonnie.
I'm just saying, like, we are solely
got that right.
depending. Yeah, we're solely depending on 2 bad situations with Denver. Literally, the obstacle that we're looking at in terms of playoff is Denver. And by the way, highly magnified on D'Lo, because can you pull up at least the bench production that the Lakers had?
It's been
Somebody
non-existent.
else-
Yeah.
Can we say, like, what is Rui doing in terms of, like, with his frame and
So-
not even rebounding and not even producing like what I'm
Well-
trying to say is that matchup had more holes. Okay, go.
We're not throwing Rui in this when the entire fan base has shitted on Rui all season.
Hey, buddy, there could be a package deal. Who knows?
Okay, so I have to stop you at the one bad matchup point, because there's now 4 playoff runs that D'Lo's been a part of. Last season, the 23 season conference finals run, he had one in Minnesota and he had one in Brooklyn. Only one time did D'Angelo Russell have at least a net neutral offensive EPM, estimated plus minus. It's essentially saying, like, how, like, are you positively impacting winning on specifically the offensive side of the floor. Last
Was that
season,
game 2.
no, this is for like the entire run,
Yeah,
run.
but the entire run. Oh,
Yeah. So like last season, last playoff run, he was a negative offensive impact. The season before, he was net neutral, 0.0. Season before that in Minnesota, which, by the way, Minnesota traded for him because they really, really needed a point guard that could set the table, be a dynamic scorer, whoop-de-whoop. Oh, that playoff run, minus 1.5, negative. Then in Brooklyn, I don't even want to count this against them as much, but negative again, negative 1.4. So, and then again, like, you had this unstoppable 2-man action or whatever. Brown and AD have done their fair share in playoff games. They've not been the problem. The problem, if I'm arguing this side of it, and there's other factors here, but I'm focusing on arguing my side here. Your third best player, if we're going off contract, who should be your third best player, has fairly consistently not showed up in the playoffs and can't get to the rim to help himself out, to get easier shots. So again, go get the younger player, the more athletic player, maybe a little bit of a lesser shooter. Actually, not even maybe, lesser shooter, slightly lesser playmaker, but more athletic juice. D'Lo's biggest weakness is one of his biggest strengths, which this team can need. And it's not like you're a team that's now devoid of shooting. Max, who's going to play, Dalton, JJ, whether we like it or not, wants Rui to shoot fucking, I mean, at this point, my bad. I apologize. Freaking
No, that doesn't matter.
18 threes. Braun, Dalton, if I ever said Dalton, this guy who can shoot.
We've seen it. We've seen the little, he can score the living shit out of that. Like, yeah.
The defense rests its case.
Okay, I'll concede. That is true points. That's true. But I got one last point. One last point to add here. What if there's a world where JJ convinces D'Lo, hey buddy, for us to win, for you to get to maximize your career, what if we can bring you off the bench? What if we can go and pair you with somebody who's athletic, stagger the Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell, have that production that we miss from our bench.
Yeah.
Just saying. And hey,
So-
D'Lo can cook. D'Lo can cook the opposition's bench. Just saying.
So that is the one argument, if I'm like on this side, that would make me say, but my counter argument would be, I'm not benching D'Lo. I'm benching the other guy and starting Max.
Oh, wait. Time out.
This is not
So
like
you-
an anti-Austin take. This is like, if
Oh,
I'm
okay,
going
okay.
this route where like I'm separating the two, I'm letting Austin be ironically what Laker fans call him, Manu Ginobili off the bench, and cook, go get the all-star run off the bench or whatever, and Max start. D'Lo still gets to do what he's good at and set the table for AD, set the table for Braun, let Braun kind of, because the thing with Austin isn't a table setter. He's a bucket. Austin's a bucket.
Correct. Yeah.
D'Lo's a good table setter, like legitimately, right? By taking D'Lo out, you're now asking Austin to do something that he's okay at. You're either asking Austin to do more of what he's just fine at and asking Braun to do more at 40, or by switching and having Austin come off the bench and say, Austin, just go be great at what you're already great at. We'll let D'Lo still do what he's good at. Braun still gets to like kind of in-game low manage a little bit. And instead, we're going to get more athletic in the backcourt, better defensively in the backcourt. And now it's not just Anthony Davis by himself. That would be the pitch if I'm JJ.
Okay. So what's a stronger starting five?
I think
Your player with Max or Austin. So what will be your magical starting five with the supposed player that will remain anonymous? Probably. Like what's a stronger starting five? Max or
in terms of talent, it's my player, Austin, and like whatever they were planning on doing. I think the perfect, in air quotes, in terms of just like complete unison, which I know I'm like kind of shooting myself in the foot, it's D'Lo, Max, Braun, X player, AD.
Oh.
But they're not benching Austin, so I'm
Hey man, you know what? I'll be honest. This is fun.
that was fun.
That was fun.
Colin Sexton, folks, if you
Yeah.
Colin Sexton.
Yeah. Duh. Like shit. When you said what was his? It was what was it? Was the not shooting enough threes that kind of
Oh yeah.
for me.
Like
Because
Sexton-
I'm like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
5.6. But that's still like a career high. Like he's like taking more of them at least.
yeah, he's attempting, and going into like, and by the way, I'll give the win to Sean because he's gracious enough to
Oh no,
no. Actually, I'll say this. I agree with Sean's point, and here's another thing that is kind of concerning for me because I agree with everything that Sean said. The reason why though, it's more about the contractual side and also about his age.
Yeah,
He's around like 29 now, or he's gonna be
29.
Yeah, and on top of that, he's due for a contract. You have to pay him. Is he really your future? And you have Colin Sexton, who's like 25, and like you can pair him with like he is within the age group of that unit, of that core.
Yeah.
My concern is, and that's why I knew it, and that's why I said about the playoffs, because my only concern about Colin Sexton is we have
We
no
haven't seen
idea.
Yeah.
We just haven't seen shit in terms of playoffs. So it's either the devil you know or the devil you don't.
Mhm.
But in this case, I'm for trading D'Lo at this stage, especially like we have to, like, I'm not gonna lie, we have to accommodate a lot for him. And the playoffs are all about like exploiting weaknesses. And he's probably the biggest weakness on that starting five. Other than Rui.
I would argue Rui.
Is it Rui?
I think D'Lo's the better player. I would, as much as I like give D'Lo, I don't know who I'd rather have in a playoff series. Actually, it's close. I think like 82 games. Give me D'Lo for sure. Like I'm not blinking.
Yeah, I'm not. But that's the thing about D'Lo that I kind of like. Again, LeBron's gonna be 40,
That's your
what,
best
40?
take. That's
40,
your
like-
best take for D'Lo. Like, if you are like all for D'Lo staying, your best take is for 82 games, I would give me D'Lo over Sexton. That's probably your best take in terms of like
Yeah.
fit for the Lakers. That's your best argument.
But in reality, if you want to win, because if the idea is winning a championship or being a not even winning a championship, just being a contender, just elevating the fact that you can go past Denver, because Denver is the obstacle. Denver is the bar. So it's like if you can't beat him with D'Lo, then you kind of have to do something about it.
Yeah.
And Colin Sexton will create a lot of problems for them, especially since they don't have KCP anymore. It's all about Murray and whoever Strawthird, or if I
Strawthir's nice. Which
is he?
He's so nice. Which never mind. I don't want. This is not gonna be a Denver Nuggets pod. My bad.
No, don't you dare. But anyway, if you notice about this, this is gonna be interesting because, and for those who are still with us, now it's 25 minutes into this. If you're still with us, this is not going to be all about Lakers. There is no Lakers. If anything, there's a little bit purple like there, but no, this is going. Even though it's in the Purple and Gold Mines YouTube video, this is actually going to be a little bit NBA.
Yay!
Yeah. And by the way, Sean, you are my enemy now. I will. My life's goal now is to compete against Sports Headline Show, your new stuff. Just saying. Hey, by the way, where can people find you?
Oh yeah, you guys can follow me on find me on X or Twitter at Sean_DAVI. Check out the Los Angeles Lakers Network YouTube channel if you want just Lakers stuff. Check out the Sports Headline Show YouTube channel for only NBA stuff from me, although we're gonna rebrand the channel name here in a couple of weeks / months. And then lastly, check out the Hoop Venue podcast with me and my guy Tyler. Kicked off episode 1 today. That's the reason why I'm so exhausted. But yeah, this is fun. I definitely would like to come back on if you continue this series, man. This is a ton of fun.
Yes, it's a new format. I'm trying to do something, be happy about it, and just literally have fun with it.
Yeah.
But let's leave it here because honestly, if we continue talking, it's going to be an hour, and I don't think listeners are going to want, or whoever should read this. But anyway, if you have any comments, please, if you like this, please subscribe. The goal for this channel for Gold Mines is to surpass the Sports Headline Show. So I am in direct competition with them. So
1-0 series.
it's a 1-0 series right now. No, but the goal is to hit 5K as soon as possible. Like by the end of the season, I kind of want this channel to be 5K or plus. So if we can reach that, that's the goal. But anyway, appreciate you guys. Without you, this is not possible. So thank you. Stay tuned. There's going to be content. Later, guys.